I can't believe it's coming to an end either. Actually started, it's been on screens for 24 years, and I started shooting 25 years ago. That's a quarter of a century. And you know, the cliches abound. Where has the time gone? And now I'm going to sit there tonight on a sofa with my wife, as I did 5 years ago to watch the first one, and we're going to be watching the last one. It's extraordinary. My emotions today are really like a yo-yo.
What do you think you're going to miss the most, though?
I'm going to miss his companionship, because when, rather like authors who develop a relationship with the character about which they're writing, so I've developed a relationship with the person I've been playing for a quarter of a century, and I've got to know him very, very well, and I've got to say goodbye.
Yeah, well, I have to say that we asked people from around the world to send in their comments and questions for you.
Oh,
and that is something that really was difficult for us to kind of sort through, because people think that you are him. So
yes.
They were asking questions for Monsieur Poirot, not for you, the actor. But I wanted to start firstly with a really nice compliment from Nancy, who posted in Spanish and we translated it. She's Venezuelan. She congratulates you on your flawless interpretation of the extraordinary character. You have made us all, to the delight of lovers of the great writer Agatha Christie, and the general public can appreciate their excellent work. I want you to know how eternally grateful everyone in Venezuela is.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. I mean, that is wonderful.
It's amazing. But listen to this one from Slim Uchav. How did you, David, manage to maintain the balance between his role and your reality?
Well, it's a very, very good question. It's nothing less than a lot of hard work and continual research into the character.
Even after all these years?
Yes,
still research.
I would watch about 12 to 15 hours of previous performances before I would ever go on the set again in a new series, to make sure that it was perfect and still true to Agatha Christie, not developing it as David Suchet might want to develop it, but keeping him within those limits. It took discipline and a lot of hard work, but great fun too.
This question from Dana Tio Rias in Yucatan. Can I ask about your uncomfortable shoes? Why do you wear uncomfortable shoes? Are they so his little grey cells can work?
Well, no, they're not because his little grey cells can work. It is because he loves to be neat and tidy, and his feet are nice and tidy and neat in those very tight shoes. And he'd rather, like we know, sometimes wearing good fashion can be uncomfortable. Was
it uncomfortable for you as an actor, though, to be in that costume?
It was very uncomfortable, because I wore a huge amount of padding. I wore a moustache for more than 12 hours a day, which was not my own. I mean,
this moustache?
Well,
that's real.
No, this is real. This is real. But this is, when I say it's my moustache, it's not really. Well, it is my moustache, but it's for the charity Movember for Men's Health.
What crime you, the actor, and also the character rated as the best crime of all?
I really do believe that the most ingenious of her stories, the most extraordinary series of crimes that she allows her murderers to make, was in ABC Murders. I think it's an extraordinary story, and it has never had the publicity that Murder on the Orient Express has had, or Death on the Nile, because of the great movie, you know, the hype around those great movies. But ABC Murders, I would answer that.
Okay. Just looking at the range of questions coming in from different places, I mean, I asked that earlier. What do you think links these countries where the character is so popular? The US, Brazil, Finland and Japan?
It is extraordinary, and they will have all heard my character in their own language, because it's dubbed, and very few countries will ever hear me actually speaking as me. The link is the character. The link is this extraordinary little man that Agatha Christie created and became world famous long before I was even born.